Good afternoon, Stephen here with you today. I am in Norfolk, Virginia. It is September 9th, 2024, and I am standing in front of the battleship Wisconsin. See here, and that is part of the Nauticus Museum right there. I'm gonna walk this way, and this is a really cool museum. Let me just talk about a few things as I'm walking around here. This museum has got all things maritime and nautical in it, all about ships, all about both Navy and merchant ships, as well as what makes them work, how they navigate, how they get across the sea, history and modern stuff as far as ships go. Lots of really cool stuff for kids to do and adults. I want to get my boys and my family down here to check it out sometime, because there's just all kinds of cool, awesome things going on inside here. I just walk around here and turn around and just show you what the city looks like here. It is a gorgeous day down here in Norfolk, Virginia. Show you the tall buildings back there, and here we've got some port and starboard buoys behind us there. Yeah, I just want to just walk around and show you a little bit while I'm talking about some cool stuff. Got down here through the bridge tunnels, lots of them in the area. I use the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel to get into the area, and then the Midtown Tunnel. I'm just not going to talk about, you hear plenty of people ranting on the quality of the traffic conditions in the tunnels and stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to just talk about, actually, I think it's kind of enjoyable to go across those bridge tunnels, and it was a great day to do that here in Norfolk. As I traveled across the river. The Monitor Merrimack Tunnel is right beside Newport News Shipbuilding, and it was a just absolute gorgeous trip across. Whenever I go across those bridge tunnels, I like to just open the windows of the vehicle and let some of the wind from the sea air blow in and just relax me as I enjoy that wind. I'll get you some background video here of what it looks like. And those bridge tunnels, there's a lot of them down here. The Monitor Merrimack's the one I used. You have the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, which is close to 17 miles long, and that one goes between the eastern shore and the Tidewater area. It's got two tunnels sections where it goes over the channels, and that one's probably the largest, the most well-known one. But you also have the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, which is notorious for traffic jams and trouble spots in your commute. That one is under a major upgrade right now. Tell you a little history on it. It started out, it was actually a ferry in the 1950s. In 1957 when the first one was built. Of course, it was just one lane in each direction, and that was Route 60, and it put you right in the Willoughby Spit to replace that ferry. Then when Interstate 64 came around in the I think early 1970s, they built the second bridge tunnel, so you now had two lanes in each direction, and that helped traffic considerably for a short time. Then they also built the bridge over Willoughby Bay that goes around Willoughby Spit, so you didn't have all that traffic through that neighborhood now. And then connects with 64, and it made like a big loop around 264, and that's where the Monitor Merrimack Tunnel, which was built in the early 90s, comes up through Portsmouth and connects back up. And that kind of sort of took the place of the Route 17 drawbridge. So there's all kinds of cool bridge tunnels around here, lots of places to just go across the water. But the weather conditions right now sort of remind me too that this is Rescue Squad convention season coming up. Something that was always very big in my parents' family is the VAVRS, that's Virginia Association of Volunteer Rescue Squads, has their big convention at the end of September. And one thing I remember is that my father and I were down here. Virginia Beach used to also have a very big ham radio show, Hamfest, and we came down here one weekend. It was very similar conditions as it is right now. It's probably like about 76 degrees out here, low humidity, but it's just great weather, warm enough you could probably just still get out and stroll the beach or whatever. Well, anyway, we went over to the Virginia Beach oceanfront and checked out the hotel that the event that they were staying at, where they were staying. And it was a gorgeous day, just like today. They had the windows open and kind of felt like summertime. Next weekend during the rescue squad convention, it was the exact opposite. It was probably maybe 55, 60 degrees. It was cloudy, very dreary, and just totally blah weather. Definitely that changed. That's also the same weekend that usually the state fair is in town. So it was probably, you could say it was the cause of that, but usually that last week of September is usually the weekend that you have the big weather change happen in the area, where you're pretty much going from summertime mode to fall. So that's the way that is. But these rescue squad conventions were really neat. When I was younger, I usually ended up staying with grandparents, but as I got older in teenage years and the college years, I would join them down there, and it was a great fun time. They had a lot of meetings down there. I'm not really into the meetings per se, but there was also all the kind of some cool other stuff going on there. One of which was had a big parade on Friday night. I would usually get down there on Fridays, and on Friday nights they had all the emergency vehicles on parade, and a lot of the rescue squad people, EMTs and stuff, were in the parade walking with their units or whatever. And you would see both the new apparatus, and they had some vintage stuff like the old hearse style ambulances and old rescue trucks. So you had a cool showing of both old and new gear. It was really a lot of fun to see all that, and it was just right there on Atlantic Avenue through Virginia Beach. On Saturdays, I would usually go over to the exhibit hall, and they would have a lot of the new rescue equipment. I remember seeing the Thumper, which is a gadget that would perform artificial CPR. That was introduced there. I remember seeing it for the first time, as well as other new things. I saw the Jaws of Life there. Of course, that's a fairly old rescue tool there, but they had the different versions of it around at the show. And of course, they had lots of different ambulances and other rescue vehicles that were on the forefront of rescue technology. The new life packs, that save people from heart attacks, defibrillator machines. But it's just all cool, just looking at all the cool technology in the rescue scene. On Saturday nights, they had the awards banquet, and they would give out all the awards of valor and such. And over the years, they also had memorial services for people that had either died on the duty or had just simply passed away from in the past year, as well as other various awards. My father got the Rescue Hall of Fame award a few years back at this event. So that was one of the awards that they also give out. Kudos for my father there for that. He's been in the emergency services for quite a long time. And other good stuff would go on there. We'd have a big meal. It would be probably thousands of people there, and they would frequently hire a good band. I remember one of my father's friend, Ed Martin, was when King Edward and the Beaties, and they had King Edward and the Beaties come down and play beach music and 1960s and 70s pop music, and had dancing and partying going on well into the evenings. But unfortunately, a lot of those times have passed as volunteer rescue squads have gotten much smaller. Volunteer fire departments have as well, unfortunately. The two events are now combined. Volunteer fire department usually did their convention usually in late August in the Hampton Roads area. Now the Virginia Association of Volunteer Rescue Squads are doing their convention with them in September over at the Hampton Coliseum now. And you don't see any of the big banquets or whatever going on anymore, unfortunately, just simply because there's a lot fewer volunteers in the rescue squad and fire departments out there. So that is something we definitely need more of, is more volunteer firefighters and volunteer EMTs out there. That's a definite need. So that's one of the things I just wanted to touch on. Here it is on this September day. Just beautiful weather out here in Norfolk. Just gonna pan out here and let you see the waterfront. I used to live down here, so when I would come down, live down here when I was in college at ODU, I came down here one time to visit the convention, and I would say that was actually during the middle of a hurricane. Or actually it was a hurricane scare. I remember one time it came and we got a little bit of wind and rain, but it didn't take a direct hit, but they almost canceled it. So we are still in the middle of hurricane season here, despite this beautiful weather. That's the challenge of it. But anyway, just wanted to talk about those things. Take your kids over there to Nauticus. Can't really see it from here, but that is going to be a cool experience. I plan to do that with my family, and take a trip across the bridge tunnel, and instead of complaining about the traffic, just marvel in the engineering that it is. Those bridge tunnels that go under the water are really, really cool. And special note is look at all that design work that's going into the new one when you cross the Hampton Roads Bridge tunnel. Anyway, I'm over and out.